Hello, in this video I am going to show you how to set up annual rates in a project. This function is used when we want to give clients rates that are valid for an entire year or season, instead of for a specific date or month. This is sometimes requested by clients who sell package tours via brochures and websites, where the actual travel dates are not known yet at the time when the prices are published. To set up annual rates, in Service Basket, set the in date to the date you want to use to calculate the rate valid for the first period in the year. Which date to use depends on the country and on providers in the project. Typically for South Africa, the date to use is 1 March. Click on Rate Setup. In Rate Setup, tick Annual Rate. Annual rate can only be used in conjunction with invoice package rates, so it is automatically ticked as soon as annual rate is ticked. When annual rate is ticked, a new section appears in Rate Setup, period. By default, annual rates are valid for a year from 1 November to 31 October. Within the year, there can be up to 8 periods to reflect seasonal rate variations. The default dates defined for the country, in other words the most likely division of periods for the country, are initialized as soon as annual rates is ticked. For the first period in the year, the rates will be calculated based on the date rate, being the in date as set in Service Basket, and on the itinerary these rates will be shown as valid from 1 November, the first change date. For South Africa, the two additional periods added by default start 1 May with the date rate 1 June and 1 September with the date rate 1 October. Once the periods have been defined, click Calculate. The rates are shown as valid for the 3 periods, starting with each period change date and ending the day before the next period change date. When printing the itinerary for a project with annual rates, tick Hide Dates to show just day 1, day 2, etc. For the rates, note that they are displayed with the dates as in Rate Setup. In Detailed Rates, tick All Period All Pack Spaces to see the rates for the 3 date rates. What period change date and date rate dates are best to use might depend on the client and on the providers in the project. To clear the default dates and start over, click Reset Periods. Dates entered must be within the same year. They must be entered in ascending order. Each period must have a period change date, the date it will be shown to the client, and the date rate, the date it will be used to calculate the rates. The client might, for example, request rates valid from 1 November to 31 March, 1 April to 31 July, and 1 August to 31 October, in which case the period change dates entered will be 1 April and 1 August. Given the dates on which provider rates change, you might decide that it is best to use date rate 1 January, 1 April, and 1 October. In our example, 1 April and 1 October can be entered straight away. To change the first period from 1 March to 1 January, you need to change the date in Service Basket. Click on Amend Date First Service and enter 1 January and save. In Rate Setup, note that the date rate has now changed from 1 March to 1 January. Click Calculate. Note the new periods displayed. To recover the country defaults, click Init Period, or to clear Reset Period. If requested by the client, it is also possible to quote a rate valid only for a season, for example summer, valid from 1 April to 31 October. To set this up, set the in date to the date rate you want, in this example 1 May, then change the period's start date to 1 April. Note that when the period start date is changed, the period change date is automatically updated. Click Calculate. Note how the period is displayed under Simulation and on the itinerary. Annual rates will reflect the full complexity of the rates set up for a project, including rate types, backspaces, and optionals. And that is it. Thank you for watching.